Hi everybody, Heather Summers here from the 18th District, your senator who represents from Groton to Plainfield, and I am here today to give you an update from the Capitol on this Friday afternoon. There's been a lot of things happening this week in the Capitol, but some very exciting news is that the hemp bill that we introduced has actually passed and been signed by the governor. So that's great news for our dairy farmers or our current farmers, some of our young people that are just getting into farming. Fairly soon, we will be able to have a robust hemp industry here in Connecticut. And if you're not familiar with hemp, it has a variety of uses. It can be used from everything from textiles to soaps to feed to actually they're making a material that's that's similar to cotton out of hemp now. So this gives our farmers a great opportunity to do something different here in Connecticut and to be part of an industry that is thriving, and there's a true need for hemp. So that's exciting news. In addition, we had an apprenticeship bill that myself, along with Senator Formica and Senator Henry Martin, worked on. We worked on it with the Department of Labor, and it has passed out of the Senate, and we are excited to have it go down to the House. This will give our young people an opportunity outside of manufacturing to enter into apprentice programs with employers so that when they graduate, they have an opportunity to go right into the workforce and they are skilled. We have a great apprenticeship program currently for manufacturing, but this would look at industries outside of manufacturing that we haven't yet touched on, such as healthcare, insurance, and finance. More will come as we develop the program, but we're really excited about this. That had full bipartisan support. It passed unanimously out of the Senate, so we're hoping for the same result down in the House. This week has been interesting. We've had a lot of constituents up here advocating for their needs. Yesterday we met with the auto dealers all across Connecticut, and in our district we had an opportunity to speak with Mike's famous Harley Davidson and also Rob Valenti. Those are two of the folks that I got to speak with concerning the car industry, the automotive industry, and some of the proposed taxes that have been floated here in the Capitol and how they will really detrimentally affect them should they go forward. So it's great to see people up here and advocating for their causes, for jobs in particular in that industry. And also we had a wonderful visit with some folks from our long-term care and nursing home industry come up and advocate for their future here in the state of Connecticut. We had a very special meeting with a young gentleman, Troy England, who was actually Scottish, which is kind of funny with his name. And he had a traumatic brain injury when he was 7 years old. He has been a recipient of care in our nursing home here in Connecticut. And one of the things that many people don't understand is our nursing homes, many of them are at 50% capacity for Medicaid patients. That means the state of Connecticut is paying for the care of that individual in the nursing home, and they have not had a rate increase in the care for those patients in over a decade. So as we continue to put more constraints on that industry, they have not received any additional funds to implement those mandates that we put down. So they are up here advocating for patient care so that they can perhaps put in that new roof or change the boiler. And it's very, very important that people keep that in mind when we hear about nursing homes. They do a great service for us in the state of Connecticut, and without them, what would we do? So they were up here advocating. We got to meet them. Troy was a great person to come out as an advocate. He got to spend some time with us in the Senate, and I want to do a big shout out. Hi, Troy, I don't know if you're watching, but if you are, we want you to come back. And I want to just say that there's some really interesting videos that the partisan politics up here have put out. And I want to caution everyone, when you look at those videos that are spliced for 10 seconds, make sure you look at the whole speech because it really puts it into context, and it's very disappointing that someone will take your words completely out of context. With that note, I would like to say to all mothers out there, this is a very special weekend for you. I want to wish you a happy, happy Mother's Day. There is no harder job, but there is nothing more rewarding. So I wish you all a wonderful Mother's Day, and we'll talk to you next week.